Oh, look who's back. He's still wearing orange, though.
Yep.
He took his sweatshirt off because it was a little dirty.
It was filthy.
It was filthy. Jimmy was tagged this week by Kim over at Girl on Her Phone. She told me I could do the tag too. Wasn't she nice?
Allowed?
I was allowed. So it went right to his head, right to his head.
No, it didn't. I did tell everyone at work, though. I was like, I'm a big star now.
See, it went right to his head. I'm telling you right now.
And they're like, oh, great.
But anyway, I wanted to thank Kim for tagging us.
Thank you.
And then I wanted to thank Tracy from Trials of a Longhaired Girl because she's the one that started the tag. I am going to tag Tammy0720 Lynn, Suzy Buie, and Frekifitwolf. Robbie, you still owe me one from last Tuesday when we tagged you. I tagged him twice, but you and I tagged him once last Tuesday.
And still nothing?
And he hasn't done it. He did the one tag that I tagged him, but he must not like you.
It's a possibility. It does happen sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know how it happens. But anyway, the first 5 questions are would you rather. So,
okay.
Number 1, would you rather feel young and look older or look young and feel older?
Would you rather
feel young and look older or look young and feel older?
Oh, I'd rather look older and feel younger.
Yeah, I would rather feel young and look older. I think I feel young.
It goes back into the
we don't really care.
We don't care.
We don't care.
So,
it doesn't matter.
I can look like a 100-year-old man as long as I feel like a 20-year-old. I'm good.
That's how I feel. It's just I don't care. I think I act younger than I am.
Oh, I definitely act younger than I am. I can tell you that.
I can tell you he does that too.
Yeah.
Number 2, believe every lie you're told or lose the ability to lie to people.
I'd say lose the ability to lie to people because I don't lie to people anyway.
Yeah, I don't lie to people. You know, what's the point? I mean, sometimes you might, oh, Jim, you look really good today.
Oh, well. Yeah. Well, other than that.
So you wouldn't be able to do that anymore. See, the problem with my family is we're a little too outspoken.
Yes.
We do not have an edit button.
No.
So that's sometimes, but we don't lie. So
we don't. If I don't like you, I'll look right at you and say, I don't like it.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I do that. I've done that. Like, someone will keep talking to me. I'm like, listen, stop talking to me because I don't like you.
I'll give you a clue.
It's happened twice, so it's not like it's every single.
If I don't like somebody, like there was this one particular girl that I didn't like at work, that we just did not, she didn't like me, I didn't like her, but she didn't know that I didn't like her because I went out of my way to be nice to her. At Cambridge.
Oh.
I would go out of my way to ask, would you like a cupcake? I brought cupcakes in. I didn't want her to have a cupcake, but I didn't want to let her know that I didn't like her or that she annoyed me. So if somebody annoys me, I go out of my way to be nice to you. So if I'm going out of my way to be nice to you, know that you've annoyed me some way.
I'm the opposite. I'm from like the Christmas Story.
Yeah, he's
like when the one kid's like, do you like airplanes? And he's like, leave me alone. I'm thinking.
Yeah. No, that's not me. Okay, number 3, drink everything from a sippy cup, no matter what kind of food it is. You'd have to drink it from a sippy cup.
Food or drink?
No, food.
Okay.
Like you put it in a blender. Yeah. So drink everything from a sippy cup or eat everything out of a popcorn bucket.
Oh, everything out of a popcorn bucket because at least it's real food still. And it's not all ground up.
Because it doesn't say you can't use a fork or a spoon.
That's true.
So you could still eat it out of the popcorn bucket.
Although the people that, can't have their food touching, they'd be kind of...
Yeah. When I was growing up, I always thought that when you ate something that went down your esophagus, well, I didn't know it was an esophagus, but I always thought it went down into your stomach, and then the green beans took a left to the left side of your stomach, and the mashed potatoes took a right to the right side of your stomach, and so then they all sat separate in your stomach. So that's why I always thought that, like it didn't really matter how I ate it, because once it got down there, it went in its own little path to where it was supposed to go.
That's rather strange.
Whereas my Uncle Leo always had, none of his food could touch.
Yeah, none of it.
And he would eat all of his potatoes first, and then he'd eat all of his vegetables, and it's like, no, I mix everything up. I love pork and beans and cottage cheese, and you mix it all together. It looks nasty, but...
No, mine is like if you take the corn and the mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah, Christy does that too, make a little boat.
Oh, yeah, you make a bowl, and then you put the corn in there, and then you take, like if we're having turkey...
Yeah.
You take the turkey, you cut that up, and then you scoop it all together. So you got the turkey, the potatoes, and the corn.
See, my family must have started something because at Boston Market, that's one of the things that they have. That you can get like a potato bowl with the vegetables in it.
Okay.
No, that's just weird. Number 4, give up using emojis for a year or give up shopping for half a year.
I can give up using emojis forever.
Yeah, I don't really. I use them every. I use the kissy face.
No, I don't really use them.
I use that one, but I could do without using the emojis. A lot of times I use the emojis and it's not really the right emoji, and I'm thinking I'm using the right emoji and it's not. It's like, I'm thinking that looks like the one I want to use, and they go, "Why are you so mad?" And I go, "I'm not mad." And they go, "Well, you sent the angry emoji," and I go, "Oh, well, let me take it back."
I'm bad with like the sayings, like the YOLO. Like when that first came out, the YOLO, I was using it completely wrong, and everyone's like, "That is not what that is."
Well, that's like my sister Mary when she sings songs. The Guns N' Roses, "Take Me Down to the Very Next City."
Yeah.
She would say, "Take me down to the..."
It's not the very next city.
That's what she would say, though. "Take me down to the very next city." And we kept saying, "Mary, it's not take me down to
Paradise City.
Yeah, Paradise City. But she'd say, "No, it's take me down to the very next city." And I go, "No, it's not."
I had an old boss that the Aerosmith song, Horse and Carriage.
Yeah.
He used to think they were saying, "I got my horse some carrots." And he was serious.
You know, a lot of songs. I like when you watch comedians and they take a song and then they sing what they think that it... Like a...
Well, that guy you sent me, I can't listen to any of those songs now without even singing.
I know, because I forget which one that was.
That was the one where the Cars drive. You know, it's, "Who's gonna take you home?"
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, "Pork pie."
There's a lot of them up on YouTube. You have to look for them. Give up you... Okay, we did that one. Number 5, travel back to the past and meet your ancestors, or go to the future and hang out with all your grandchildren.
We had this one before.
Yeah.
I'd say grandchildren.
Yeah, mine would be great grandchildren. I would rather go forward. You know, my past relatives. I don't know. Number 6, these are either or.
Okay.
Would you rather have your car or your truck, either one, be an automatic or a manual transmission?
Automatic.
Yeah, I'd rather have an automatic. My first car was a push button. It was a 61 Plymouth Fury. And it had like the P for park and the D for drive and the R for reverse. And it was
I don't
up
think
on...
I've ever even seen pictures
And it was
of
like
that.
next to the radio, and you just push what gear you wanted to go into. That was my very first car my dad got me for $100 when I was going to college. And then my very first car...
I could drive both.
I can drive both. Well, I learned how to drive on a stick because we had a white Ford station wagon that was a stick. And so when I learned how to drive, I learned how to drive on a stick. And then my brother had a Camaro Z28 that he became a salesperson for a magazine, and they gave him a company car so he couldn't drive his Camaro. So he let me drive it to work. So I learned how to, and that was on the floor. Mike had a 5-speed Camaro Z28.
From where? Where did he work that he got that?
Oh, he made a lot of... No, he didn't get it from work. He bought it with the money he made from going to work.
I thought you meant work gave it to
No.
him. I'm like,
No.
I want that gig.
He had to drive a Chevy Impala.
Oh.
He was like 19 driving a big old Chevy Impala because you had to impress the clients.
Right.
But he had this really nice sporty car that I got to drive. And then he had a Fega that he gave me. And when I was working at Montgomery Ward's when we lived over on Thornton, when you were coming out to get up onto Gratiot, it was like up a hill. And like what I hate about a stick is if you're on a hill, especially in the winter, and you're waiting to get across, and it was hard to cross because there was no light.
You're talking where the old bank was.
Yeah, and so you'd put it into first, and then the car would drift back, and then you'd have to really quick go, and then by the time you got up there, it was like a pain. It was pain. But
What was the car that Danny almost wiped you out in?
Oh, that was Mike. What was that? What was that car, Jim? That green one?
The one where Danny almost took Mom out?
Oh, that was a Ford Galaxy.
Yeah, he was
Ford
coming
Galaxy.
in hot.
Oh yeah, he had just got his driver's license. He was in the driveway and he wanted to pull it into the garage. And I was standing there. I don't think anybody's ever seen me move so fast.
She moved.
Because he put it in first and then he revved it to go. And then I don't know how he went through didn't go through the garage. I never ran so fast to get out of the way. That would have been good to be on video. that would have been something to see. And then my brother ended up getting that car, and then he just abandoned it over at the Lumberjack parking lot one time when it wasn't working. He just got tired of it. He said, I don't need it anymore. Just walked away and left it there. Number 7, would you rather have pet fish or a lizard? Oh, I know what you answered, Kim.
I would say pet fish all day. I cannot stand
Oh, what would you rather
reptiles.
have, a pet fish? Oh, what would you rather have then, a lizard or a bird? Jimmy hates birds. He's scared to death of birds.
And I got this thing floating like right in my face. Can you even see it?
I don't know if you can see it. There it is. It's my little hummingbird that goes around.
I would rather have a bird than a lizard.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
A
surprising.
bird rather than a what?
A lizard.
Any reptile.
I'm surprised. Well, see the birds. See now you just annoyed the bird. It just keeps flying in our way now. I can't keep it
It's
still.
fine. It's not in the camera.
All right. Just keep reminding me. Jim, I would rather have fish. We used to have fish, but Jim got tired of cleaning the fish tank every week. Number 8, do you keep your cups in the cupboard right side up or upside down?
Upside down.
Oh no, then they get all moldy smelling.
Yeah, maybe keep them up. They get dusty.
They don't stay in there long enough to get dusty. I actually have a mug tree. I hang my mugs on.
Yeah.
But my glasses are all upside up, right side up. Number 9, would you rather be on a train or a plane?
I don't think, other than like the zoo trains and dumb little trains, I don't think I've ever been on a train.
No, you've never been on, not with me at least.
I'd say a plane because that gets you there faster than a train. I'd rather,
Yeah.
plane.
My brother Michael and I were just talking the other day about when we used to go to Boston with my dad on the train. And my dad, I always thought he was just cheap, but now I know it was because we were poor. But when we would get on the train and it was such a long, it was like probably like a 20 or 24 hour ride to get there. And we always stopped in Albany for the changeover to switch trains.
Yeah.
And it was always an 8-hour layover. And he wouldn't spring for a motel. We had to stay in the thing for 8 hours.
How was it cheaper to take a train than to drive? Gas was like 10 cents a gallon back
Well, because
then.
he only had one car. So he had to leave a car with
yeah.
my mother. And then when you were on the train, I would always ask for a pillow because you could get a pillow for a nickel. Just like the church when my dad went and paid the dime for you to sit in the pew, my dad would always say, roll your jacket up. It's as good as a pillow.
What?
Like if we were on the train, you're going on this long...
in the church. What?
Oh, in the church, when I went to church and they had a building fund, if I had a choice on Sundays, I could go with my mom and know I was going to get a seat because my mother would pay the dime because it cost a dime to sit.
Right.
But if I went with my dad, you took the chance, just the chance that you might go to Cunningham's to get a package of Chuckles. Or you might just stand through the whole Mass and then go home and not get anything out of it. So it was like a debate every Sunday. Do I want to go with Mom and know I'm going to sit for that hour and a half? Which probably wasn't an hour and a half, but to a kid it seemed like an hour and a half.
Well, you should have went with Grandma because didn't Grandpa have to do every Mass anyway?
No, this was before he was an usher. This
Oh.
when I was little, like before I was 10.
I got you.
Because there were 6 kids and they didn't all go to church.
Right.
So my mom would go to one Mass, my dad would go to another Mass. If you went with my mother, you always got to sit down because for some reason she came up with the dime. My dad wouldn't pay the dime, but he would spend the dime to buy you the Chuckles. Well, the Chuckles only cost a nickel, so he saved a nickel.
See? That's where we get it.
But he didn't go every week, so you didn't get the Chuckles. So you never knew. You had to take your chances. And then you always got pissed if, like, Michael decided to go with them, and he'd come home eating that Chuckle. And I'd think, I should have went with him. Is it any wonder I got to be so heavy? I was
Talking about Chuckles.
rewarded to go to church by eating candy. Number 10, would you rather go biking or running?
Running.
See, I'd rather go biking. I had a bike. I sold it at a garage sale because I'd never rode it.
Yeah.
But I'd like to run, but I'm just not a runner. There's a runner inside of me, but she doesn't want to come out. She just stays inside.
Just stays inside?
She stays inside. She don't want to come out. And the last thing is, as Thanksgiving is almost upon us, share something that you are grateful for.
Does it have to be one thing, or
It could be more than one. It just says share something that you are grateful for.
family?
Yeah, I'm grateful for family too. My health,
My mother.
my son. I had to say that.
I was gonna say she didn't have a choice after that.
I didn't have a choice. I had to say that then. So anyway, thank you, Tracy, once again for doing the tags with us every week. Jimmy loves them. Thank you, Kim, for tagging Jimmy. I don't know that he'd like your lizard. Flair. Hers is Flair.
Flair?
Flair. I'll have to show you one of her videos.
Yeah, like whenever we
She lets Flair sit right up on her.
Ooh.
Right up on her
Yeah,
shoulder
like whenever
there.
we watch like Survivor or anything, and they show the lizard walking up, I'm like, oh.
Oh no, she has and then she'll walk up her thing and go up in her. I'll have to find one of those videos, Kim, just to freak him out.
No. I don't think though seeing it would freak me out as bad as.
Oh, if
I
you
don't
saw
like
her
the
crawling
feel.
all over her.
See, I don't think that would bother. Like touching it is what bothers
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Like the. Ugh.
That wouldn't bother me. I don't like touching a turtle. Turtles are, I don't know, I don't like turtles.
That's how I am about everything reptile.
Yeah, so. But anyway, thank you, Kim, for tagging us.
Us.
And Tracy for doing the videos. Once again, I'm tagging Robbie over at Frekifitwolf, Tammy over at Tammy0720, Lynn. What should I say? Oh, Suzy Buie.
Yeah.
And I almost forgot Valerie Reese. Valerie, why do I always remember you at the end? I don't know. Because I'm so used to tagging you every week, like Robbie. So I'm going to have to put you up along with Robbie's name. Because I always tag Valerie. So, okay, let's see if he remembers them this week.
I do. Like, comment, and subscribe.
You're missing one.
And share.
There he goes. All right. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.